I'm gonna hit y'all a little different tonight. We're gonna hit it with a yer. What up, y'all? It's another night, another episode. Eagles Elite Podcast. Y'all know what it is. We in here talking all things Philadelphia freaking Eagles. You know what I mean? We talking our schedule. Question about the man Jalen Alexander Hurts. We're gonna ask that question tonight. And then we're gonna talk about the schedule, all that good stuff. Maybe multiple other teams too, because you know how it goes sometimes. You dig a little bit into everybody else just to see how things pop around this league. Monday night football, Thursday night football, Sunday night football. If we got time, we'll discuss a little bit of that too. But it's always, y'all know, the main focus of Eagles Elite is in the name. It's the Eagles. And hey, we're getting closer to the season. We had a little mini camp. Depth chart might have some updates to it. So we're going to look into that as well. But before we go any further with this episode, there's a couple people that y'all need to see. In the building with me, my man Wyatt. What up, Wyatt?
It's going cool. What's going on, Eagles Nation? Glad to be back here this week. We missed last week, but a lot of news to talk about this week. More so than just the schedule release in tonight, which I'm sure is going to take up a lot of the show. But there's a lot of stuff going on in Philly.
Yes, sir. And that's why you got Wyatt in the building, because Wyatt gonna let y'all know what's good. And then as always, we got our third back. We ready. The triumvirate is complete. You know what? We're gonna put her up top today. Don't get up there.
What's going on, Bird Gang Nation? I'm back. My bad. We'll have to take care of some things, but I'm back. Let's do it.
I feel it. So y'all, before we go any further, we got to get things on track, get it right, get it tight. We got to get hype, y'all, because this is gonna be serial. Let's go.
The kick is away, and the kick it's good! And the Eagles win!
It's hard to come to South Philadelphia and leave here with the win. You just don't come to Philadelphia and leave here with the win.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin!
All right, y'all. Now I'm feeling a little extra juiciness, a little extra hype. Like I had a shot of caffeine or something. Philly in the building with the Fly Eagles Fly. What up, Philly?
What's going on, Philly?
So, y'all, I mean, I guess we can start any way we want to go. But, we might as well keep it smooth, keep it like we do it over here at the Eagles Elite Podcast. So, we got to get up on those Eagles updates. So, Wyatt, what you got for us on the Eagles update side, my boy?
Yeah, I mean, over the past week or so, we actually finally got to hear from the coordinators that we hired. We got to hear from Kellen Moore. We got to hear from Vic Fangio, which I'm assuming we're going to talk about a little bit throughout the show. But we also had a couple signings as well. We actually signed another cornerback to the roster. We have so many CBs on this roster as of right now. And this was undrafted free agent Sean Stevens. We ended up signing him. And we actually brought another veteran wide receiver into the facility for the rookie camp. We brought John Ross, wide receiver who used to play for the Bengals a couple years back. We brought him in for a tryout. Didn't see if we signed him as of yet, but I saw that we brought him in for workouts and whatnot. Other than that, not too much news other than the schedule and going into the actual kind of interviews that we had with the coordinators here.
Yep. So, Diva, any news or thoughts that you'd like to bring up before we scroll on down this list of things we got to discuss today?
No, let's get it. Let's get into the business and the meat and the potatoes.
All right, then. Shout out to my man Benny Boone. I got on the black big face and everything, rocking it hard.
Hey.
And so I'm gonna present a question for us, right? So we've had the conversations. We've heard Kellen Moore. We've heard him say how much he likes Jalen Hurts and blase this and blase that, and saying all the right things before the season. Like, obviously, you'll come out and be like, I think my quarterback sucks, and I don't know why I got to coach him and all that. It's not going to happen. But it sounds like, at least, that he has high expectations, and he's really high on Jalen Hurts. So, the question I have is, will Jalen Hurts flourish in the Kellen Moore system? What do you guys think?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean it's a wait and see type thing. I mean, I would hope so. Just kind of seeing how he ran the Dallas Cowboys for a few years in the Chargers. But for me, it's a wait and see because it's a different team, different whole setup, different game plan. So it's a wait and see to see if he really knows Jalen's strengths and his weaknesses and how he can play to those. I would hope that, it's a lot better than it was last year, but you don't know. It's just a wait and see because it's everything all new for us. So, I mean, I'm hoping he can because, Jalen's a very talented player and hopefully he's worked on a lot of things that, he needed to work on this year that we saw the year before. Hopefully he could be semi near to what we saw the year before, but it's a wait and see.
What do you think, Wyatt?
Yeah, I mean, just like David said, we're gonna have to wait and see till the season. I think it definitely has a potential to kind of bring out the Jalen Hurts we saw from a couple of years ago. I mean, we saw flashes of that last year, but I mean, we all kind of agreed we didn't think Jalen looked like 100% healthy going through most of the last season, and of course, with everything that was going on with the offense and the coordinators at that point, it was just just a whole bunch of issues that was piling on top of everything else. But it seems like Kellen Moore is going to try his best to utilize Jalen Hurts to the best of his ability. He already mentioned how they're going to be looking at each team each week and trying to go over different plans to combat the blitz. They're not going to have just one or two things to just go back to each game. They're actually going to detail and go and plan the blitz protection around each team that they're playing, because that was one of the first things they brought up in the press conferences. How are you going to figure out how to cover this blitz? Jalen Hurts was one of the most blitz QBs last year. Didn't look great in those times. We had no plans to stop it. And he also mentions about all the motions that we're going to be using within the offense that we're missing over the past year or so as well. He likes to utilize a lot of motions in the offense, likes to scheme a lot of guys open. He also mentioned how AJ Brown might not have these big games back-to-back weeks. It's going to be one player is probably going to have a big game each week. It's probably not going to be the same player. You're going to be going to different guys, which is what we kind of saw through, the Shane Steichen era there. You had so many weapons to utilize. Why not use them? Why are you going to just one or two guys? I think there's the potential is high. It's just are they able to utilize that? Are they able to have some consistency with the offense and keep that defense honest? And he also mentioned how he wants to utilize, Jalen Hurts' feet even more so. They want to come up with different packages and different ways to put Jalen Hurts on the move instead of just having, he didn't name drop the QB draw specifically, but I think we all know what he was mentioning there. I don't know. I think the potential is sky high for it. It just comes down to execution like everything else.
Yeah, I'm going to say I think he can be successful. I think he will flourish in the system because I think what we're going to have, hopefully, I'm believing, is a Jalen Hurts that says, you know what? Everything didn't go right last year. Some of that was my fault. So what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to actually audible into correct plays. I'm going to actually go up to this line and say, this play doesn't make sense. I'm not running it. I'm going to keep myself from getting hurt so early in the season. And I want to say Emmanuel Acho. The blasphemy that you have spewed on Jalen Hurts, you will eat this season. And when you eat that crow, I'm going to enjoy it. Because you have dogged my boy. You have tried to make it seem like my man's not even a top 10 quarterback. The disrespect. I'm gonna pull out a Negro night on you. The unmitigated gall that you have shown towards the Eagles starting quarterback. It's unacceptable.
Facts.
But that's okay. If you don't have haters, you don't have that extra motivation. So we gonna shut you up, Emmanuel Acho. We gonna shut you up. And when it happens, I'm just gonna tune into your show with a big Kool-Aid smile, like, what you got to say now, Hope? That's all I got for you. Yeah, you and the funny thing is you've been one of the biggest dudes that's against Hurts. Like it's crazy. Why you got so much hate towards Hurts? You like his girl or something? Like what's the problem? What's going on? But I digress. I think he's gonna do his thing as long as he continues to build. He goes back to what was successful, and he's in a system more like what he had 2 years ago, where there's motion, where you have multiple plays that you can get into, and you have a guy that actually has a NFL playbook and not playbook from Tecmo Bowl. So I think that will help him out a lot. A lot of
He
people
didn't say Madden. He went to Tecmo Bowl. We went way back.
Tecmo Bowl.
And using that darn run game. I mean, that's what's really going to help him is using the run game.
Yeah.
And a great point on the run game. I'm going to say this on the run game. I have concerns about Saquon Barkley and his ability to stay healthy. But there are other guys on this team at the running back position. We're going to see what they have because I do feel like they're going to be games and opportunities. If I'm the Eagles, the week we play the Giants in New York, I'm only giving Saquon so many carries because that turf is trash. It's early in the season, so I think you got to play him. But I think you might want to share the love and share the ball around that game. Try to keep everybody healthy because, that field is trash. Garbage. And they need to do something about it. The NFL needs to make them do better on that turf. It's terrible.
I guess the only good thing is that he knows how to play on it since he's been playing on it for so long, but he has had injuries on that field too. So,
yeah, I mean, that's just a good point. He has had time playing on it, good and bad.
Yeah.
So,
and Kellen Moore kind of talked about that a little bit in the press conference too, about like how he expects Saquon to have a huge role in this offense. He's going to be getting that work every game, but he also mentioned that it's a 17-game season. It's a long season for running backs. You got to utilize these other guys that are in that running back room as well. As much as they want to use Saquon, they got to have to go to other guys just to keep him healthy and keep him, standing for the whole season.
Absolutely. So I want to shout out 502 American Angel Radio. You can find them on all the places that you find podcasts. We will be on there as well for you to hear this. So if you're hearing this there, do make sure that you hop it on youtube.com/@Eagles Elite Podcast. And make sure you give us that sub because your peoples would greatly appreciate that. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break of the evening. Let's get it.
Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. We will see about Cup. And running back Kyren Williams to return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come. To know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green. And the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Central on YouTube and where you can find podcasts. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your Commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central. On the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where's my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where's my soldiers?
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network proudly presents The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday morning beginning April 29th at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back from the first commercial break. So it's time to move along. And so we had a mini camp. So my simple question will be to you good people. Anything stand out to you guys from rookie camp or mini camp? Anything you feel like you want to share with the good populace? Or we just holding off and waiting until we see these guys getting on the regular gridiron? We're not really worried about minicamp. Any thoughts?
I'm just ready to see him get on the gridiron. I mean, I've seen some good highlights from the minicamp, the rookie minicamp, especially with a lot of the people we just drafted. They seem like they were really out there putting it all in, executing on their routes. I know AJ Brown was there for a few days. They said Kelsey's been there every day. So hopefully, he's been working with centers and things of that nature, but I'm ready to see how they're going to be in preseason, and hopefully they will play preseason instead of sitting all the starters out, because they need to play.
Any thoughts, Wyatt?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it like too much coming out of the rookie minicamp. Like I heard Ania Smith was doing well. Of course, like Cooper Jean, that's pretty much what everybody was talking about was those first two picks of the draft, how they were doing in camp. They were saying that, what was it? Cooper Jean was starting at nickel. Is that what they were saying? Nickel CB is where they might be starting them at, and then kind of moving them around from there. That was something that Vic Fangio kind of hinted at in the press conference, not specifically about Cooper, but about these players as a whole. They're going to start out in one position, figure out what the best place they're really good at, and then kind of move them around from there and see where they work out within the different packages. But I haven't seen too much. Like Diva said, I know AJ Brown was there, Jalen Hurts was there during the rookie minicamp. A couple other vets were there, which is encouraging. It's just bringing some of that leadership into the locker room, trying to build that culture back up after a tumultuous end of the season last year.
Yeah, Quinion Mitchell apparently had a really good rookie minicamp. Jalen actually, from what I've read and a little bit of what I saw, looked pretty good. Again, this is temper your expectations because you're going against the other rookies, right?
Yeah.
A lot of guys, even if they were there, they weren't really involved. I do know that there were a couple of more guys that were there as well. Saquon has been there for all of the activities.
Yeah.
So he's really been ingratiating himself to, the team and being a leader. And I saw a video of him and Jalen Hurts having a squat off.
Mm-hmm.
And you talking about two guys that look like they were in heaven and in love with each other, bruh. They really enjoyed that battle. Like it was awesome to see him get another guy on a team that's as focused on that lifting and powerful legs as him. So I'm just happy that he has that guy there to kind of get into that with him. A lot of the guys did look good. Everybody got fitted. They talked to everybody after minicamp. So a lot of great things happened, in the minicamp. And then obviously the new veterans from other teams normally show up for those for fittings and all that good stuff as well. But it seems pretty good from what I've seen so far. Definitely. And we are going to get here in a few minutes into the new depth chart because there have been some changes since the rookie minicamp. And obviously there were other people that are rookies, but since the rookie minicamp, there's been a couple of changes that took place on the depth chart. All right, got a couple of comments here. So Playmaker, who we just saw a commercial for, Rams fan, says we meet again on Sunday Night Football this time. This is true, sir. And then he also says, by the way, good evening, Eagles Elite. Good evening to you as well, sir. Appreciate you tapping in with us and checking out a little bit of this Eagles Elite broadcast. So, guys, let's go ahead and slide into that depth chart real quick. So we talked a lot in the offseason about placement, number one, the wide receivers. So we've had a little bit of a switch. So as of the latest depth chart, the left wide receiver is Devontae Smith. The right wide receiver is A.J. Brown. And our slot is Paris Campbell. And backing them up at the left is Devontae Parker backing up Devontae Smith. Johnny Wilson backing up A.J. Brown at the right wide receiver slot. And Anaya Smith backing up Paris Campbell in the slot. So that means guys like Austin Watkins, Joseph Nagata, Britton Covey have slid down the depth chart. So that's an interesting thing as of note. Any thoughts, you guys, on those changes in the wide receiver pecking order? Because we always had A.J. Brown as the left wide receiver, but apparently he might be on the right this year.
I think it's good to switch it up. You know what I mean? I think it's good to switch them two around. I like that Devontae Parker is going to be behind Devontae Smith. I like that the other rookie is going to be behind A.J. Brown. Britton Covey needs to stay, in my opinion, on the special teams. He's small, so I really don't want him out there as a wide receiver. I mean, he's all right, but I'd rather for him to just stay on the special teams. But I like it. I like the switch up. I mean, you need to switch up. You don't want to, keep doing the same thing. And then people know that AJ is always going to be on the left. So cover him on the left. So now he's going to be on the right. And he's been working on the right. So I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's decent to move him around, see what else you're capable of doing. It's going to be a huge battle for those last couple spots on that wide receiver depth chart through training camp and going into the season. It's going to be a big battle. It's going to be exciting to watch, especially with some of those names there like Paris Campbell, Devontae Parker, because you got guys you drafted like Anaya Smith who could easily probably come in and maybe take that third wide or that slot position and get that starting job, depending on how he performs amongst some of the other guys we drafted. But I mean, it's going to be hard for Britton Covey or Joseph Nagata or any of these guys to, I feel like, to make the roster over some of these vets or some of these other guys that were just drafted. It's going to be interesting seeing what happens during the camp and seeing what kind of packages Kellen Moore is able to come up with, kind of moving these guys around.
Yeah, definitely. I love that the two rookies have come in and say, hey, you guys weren't good enough last year. You're not good enough this year. We're taking your spot. Right. I like to see that. Honestly, I do. I like to see the rookies come in and say, hey, this is ours, not yours. Stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good for me because let's be real. These guys on these rookie contracts, those are low budget options. And obviously they're not going to be starters unless there's an injury, heaven forbid. But as a backup, as a guy who can get in for plays, who can learn at the feet of these guys who've been in the league for a while, this is a great move. And keep that youth movement on the wide receiver room. Right? Keep that going because we need youth. We need young guys that can play, guys that have similar skill sets to the starters. And that was one of the things that kind of got to me last year. Right? We didn't have guys that had a similar skill set. So if you take A.J. Brown out, you're not putting in a guy that may not be as talented, but can do some of the same things. Mm-hmm. Right? You had to go kind of do everything different. We were taking guys out because the backups we had were not the same type of player, clearly not the same caliber either way, but not even the same type. So I think that's something that we've rectified with the roster. We talked a lot about all the overhauls we've done on defense, but I think that's something that we did that's very helpful on the offense.
Yeah, we needed that depth.
Right, so,
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So on the offensive line, left tackle, Jordan Mailata. Left guard, Landon Dickerson. At center, Cam Jurgens. At right guard, Tyler Steen. Right tackle, Lane Johnson. And then coming back up, starting with right tackle, the backups are Becton Mikai, the unrestricted free agent from the Jets. The right guard backup is Matt Hennessy, which is not where he was at previously, so that's a change as well. Backup center is Dylan McMahon, the 6th-round draft pick this year, one of our 6th-round draft picks. The backup left guard is one of our 5th-round draft picks, Trevor Keegan. And then the backup left tackle as of now is Fred Johnson. So Brent Toth has been moved to 3rd string, along with Darian Kennard. We got a couple of free agents that are also manning that 3rd string. So it looks like we're starting to see, at least early in the preseason, we're starting to see on the offensive side of the ball, some of these young guys kind of take their place and say, hold up, before we go any further, hold on. I'm here. I'm not here to play. So I like that. I'm always a big fan of guys stepping up. You guys' thoughts on your starters and the backup so far on the offensive line?
We got some big boys up there now. We got some big boys, so it's gonna be hard to get through that line. That's what we needed, and I like it because we needed some big boys so they can't just break through that line and tear that line down. Because last year, Jason Kelce even started to struggle with the front line. So we need them hefty boys up there to be able to hold, the line so Jalen can get the ball down the field, or Saquon can get down the field, or Will Shipman. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. We need them hefty boys on that line.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good to have some of that consistency in here. I mean, we haven't seen Cam Jurgens in that main starting role as the center here. So, I mean, it's like Kellen Moore said in his press conference. It's going to take a little while for this offensive line to click and get going. And it may take a couple weeks into the season for them to really start hitting their stride. But I mean, we have a lot of consistency there. And like you were saying about the wide receivers, cool. We got starting to get a youth movement here with the offensive line, starting to bring some of these young guys in. That way we can have them and Stoutland getting ready for the next couple years, or just in case they need to have that next man up mentality in case somebody gets hurt. So they have some injury history, over the past couple of years. Like Landon Dickerson's gone down a couple times. Mm-hmm. Jordan Mailata has been pretty stable, but he's had to miss a game or so here and there. Big real question there is just on the starters, just Tyler Steen or Cam Jurgens. I have a feeling Cam Jurgens is going to be fine. It's just going to take some time because, I mean, he was handpicked by Kelce. It's just really what can Tyler Steen do? Can he lock down that starting right guard position? Because we haven't seen really too much of him.
I'm going to give my personal opinion. I think Steen's going to be fine. He did get a chance to play for a couple of games last year. Mm-hmm. And looked really good when he did play.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it is. Like, you get a chance to play, you go in, you do your thing. You're gonna have some learning pains because they didn't have the foresight to say, let's go ahead and get this guy in and get him moving early. No, you wanted to play Cam Jurgens there the whole time instead of switching it up. Because it should have been some type of, inkling that we were getting near the end of Jason Kelce. So that's on the team last year. That's on the coordinators last year. That's on one Nicholas Sirianni. I'm going to remove the tight pants for now, but if he earns it back, they will come back. In the comments here, my boy Vicala.
What's going on, Vic?
What's going on, Vic? And I'm good, Vic. We're all good. And then Vic also says, "What's up, Playmaker?" Playmaker says, knowing last season was a big disappointment, how many games are y'all willing to wait before you start getting critical about the Eagles? And also he says, "What's up, Victor?" So, Dave, I'm going to let you answer that one first. How many games until we start getting critical?
Man, I'm giving 4. Just because we all knew, I'm giving 4. But if you go past 4 and we come back after that bye week, since we got an early bye week, we got some problems. But I honestly don't feel like we're gonna see none of what we saw last year. I mean, I'll just be honest, like that was a whole disaster. But I don't feel like we're gonna see that. So I give them 4.
About you, why? How many you giving?
That's pretty reasonable, to be honest, especially with that bye week at week 5. I would probably say like within the first 5-6 weeks, I would give them, just because. I mean, you got to knock off that rust in those first couple games, and then you really kind of start to see what your defense and offenses are made of. I don't think the offense is going to come out struggling or look nearly as bad as they did last year. I think the question is, what's this defense going to look like under Vic Fangio with a lot of the young bloods, bringing a lot of new guys in here? That's going to be the big question. But I don't, like Dio said, I don't think we're going to have a lot of the issues we were having last year, because hopefully we have some more leaders as far as the coaches in that locker room kind of controlling some things. You don't have it's not going to be messy. At least we have a coordinator that knows exactly how to run an offense. The question is how involved is Nick Sirianni going to be with this offense as well? Because we heard Kellen Moore talking about how it's a blending of their ideals and their offenses. I'm just hoping that it's Kellen Moore kind of running things on the sideline as far as the offense goes, and not silly Sirianni. Because if we start seeing some of these things we were seeing last year, it could get messy real quick. We start seeing some of these QB draws, or 5 or 6 screens back to back to back, or something like that. Like, we're gonna be in some trouble. And how Philly fans are. We're gonna let them hear about it. We're gonna have people waiting out in front of the NovaCare complex on Monday morning, letting them know with signs.
That happened. Sirianni better be fired by week. Period.
Straight up.
I'm gonna give him.
Where are you gonna be getting your head coaching job sooner?
I'm gonna give him 2 to 3 weeks. I ain't giving no 4 or 5. I'm giving 2 to 3 weeks. Now, if we look a little janky, but we moving in the right direction, good. But if we look like we did last year, like we 2 or 3, we start getting a little critical. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I don't want to wait until we 4, 5, 6 games into the season, and then we 2 and 4, and then we're like, oh no, we're 2 and 4. Like, wow, let's straighten this thing out early.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I agree with both of my co-hosts here that we're not even gonna have to worry about that, because I feel like the defense is gonna be good. We're gonna run the ball. We're gonna do all the things that we didn't do a good job of last year. I know we talk about it's a blending of the offense, but we've already heard all season that Sirianni is really just, the hype guy, and he's throwing a little comments, and they can listen to it if they want to. If they don't, they don't have to. I mean, we pretty much heard it all off season, so I just think they're trying to make it seem like Sirianni has an actual role besides hype man.
I'm about to say, blending what ideas? That man ain't got no ideas. It's straight question marks in his head. So what ideas are you blending? Because he has none. He has absolutely none.
It's Jalen Hurts ideas, not Nick Sirianni. But you're right, though. I think it's going to take a couple weeks, because, I mean, if you even looking back at this past season, those first 2-3 weeks, we were seeing everything we saw throughout the rest of that season in those first 3 weeks, and nothing got changed. So I think you're right, too. Cool.
Yeah, Vic says, I'm doing well, cool, glad to be talking football again. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so we got a couple of more positions on the depth chart on the offensive side to talk about. We'll talk about defense next week. Tight end. So our starting tight end is Dallas Goedert. Right now, our backup is Grant Calcaterra. The third string is Albert O. And then CJ Uzoma is the fourth tight end. EJ Jenkins is the fifth string tight end. And then McCallum Castles is the other tight end. So right now on the roster, we've got 6 tight ends. Not happy with the backup or the third string tight end. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there before anybody else does. I'm sure y'all agree. Uzoma should have been brought in to be the second or third tight end. In my opinion, the second. Calcaterra, strong as an ox, great in the weight room. We see he's another guy to be in there getting it, but he has the concussion and the those long-term brain injury questions. So, plus he's not really like much of a blocker. He's almost been around. I think a veteran behind Goddard would be helpful to his development continuing, and him being that real number one top 5 tight end that we need. So for me, I think CJ should be further the depth chart. I think he will be by the time we get to OTAs and he starts to work with the rest of the team and they see how much more polished he is than the other guys. Just my thoughts, but not happy with him being fourth right now. Crazy.
I kind of hope we go get somebody before the trade deadline because, I mean, we're not looking good at that tight end spot. I love Dallas Goedert, but my man is always hurt a few times, at least once during the season. So I think that we definitely need somebody else. I mean, you got Calcaterra who can't never stay healthy either. So I honestly don't even know why he's still on the roster technically. But yeah, I mean, I think old boy should be second, which I think he probably by the time the season starts. But still, I mean, he needs a good backup if something happened to him. But hopefully we'll fix that because tight end position ain't looking good right now.
Not looking strong at all as far as the depth or who's being played where, in my opinion. So, yeah. Wyatt, your thoughts?
Yeah, same. I think we definitely should have done more with the tight end, maybe grab someone in the draft at one point, but of course that didn't pan out. But yeah, I totally agree with Calcaterra. Alberto shouldn't even be on his roster. If not, he should be moved down more. As soon as they signed CJ Uzomah, I mean, we were talking on the show how we expected him to be like the backup or the third string tight end, and they have him listed at 4 here. And I really don't know too much about EJ Jenkins or McAllen Castles, which is a pretty cool name, not gonna lie.
They're nobodies.
They're not. They just need somebody in camp. They're not gonna make sense.
But I mean, already I don't even know who McAllen Castles is. I would take him over Alberto.
Me either.
Over a name alone.
All right, so Playmaker says 4 games is reasonable. Cool ain't trying to have no patience. So,
he ain't.
Hold on. I'm about to go ahead and keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it $150 right here. So we're trying to get back to where we didn't get to last year and where we didn't win the year before. So waiting 4 or 5 games to start correcting stuff. That's how you be the 6th or 7th team, or you don't make the playoffs. See, we looking at championships over here. I'm not saying we're gonna get there every year, but that's the goal. So you want to wait 4 weeks, you want to wait 6 weeks, Playmaker, for your team to get together. That's cool. We trying to have it together early. So we can't wait 4 games. You can wait 4 games because you may not expect to get to the same place. But we can't wait 4 games. That's what we can wait. Just saying. Expectations is different around here. That's why we got to move different.
I mean, looking at the schedule is now if it was a gauntlet like it was last year, then yeah, I give you 3 games. But I mean, it should be no reason why we lose the first few games if we do something wrong ASAP.
Facts.
Sam says, "Fly Eagles fly." What up, Sam?
What up, Sam?
What happened, Sam?
All right, so we're gonna hit another commercial break, guys. We're gonna come back, and then we're gonna talk about the Eagles' schedule. So y'all hang tight because we're gonna break this thing down. And I'm gonna show you why we ain't waiting no 4 or 5 games. That Rams, bring that Ram stuff over here. Here we go, man. Here we go.
This is Brett, and you're watching Shady Sports Network. Tune in, hit that like button.
You might wonder, what do these guys do? Player signing announcements. I never in a million years thought you would actually come on to break this news. So without further ado, go ahead and tell everybody what happened today.
Yeah, man. I just had to work out with the Cincinnati Bengals. Signing me right up.
Without further ado, I'd like to announce that, I'll be taking my talents to Salina Liberty.
This just in, the Major League of Football is reportedly collapsing, unable to pay hotel room bills, with players being kicked out of their rooms and hotel managers asking them to leave voluntarily without issue.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered a winner, and
He was the darling of all darlings for Gerald. With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson Brown stood 1-2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts.
All right, good people. I do love the delete after the Tyrone Alizé McDummy. One of my favorite parts of commercials. Just throw it out there. Again, shout out 502 Angel Radio. Make sure you're checking them out. If you're listening to us there, youtube.com/Eagles Elite Podcast. And don't forget to swing on over to youtube.com/Shady Sports Network for all things professional football. Every league. You guys know this stuff. All right, y'all, a couple commercials, and then we'll dig into the Eagles schedule. All right, so Playmaker says we were going 3-6. We were 3-6 going to our bye week and went 7-1. Things happen in the no fun league. Just saying, blah 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 blah. You didn't make it nowhere to playoffs, so we don't care what you did. Blah 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 blah. No, I'm just kidding. I feel you, but we need to be 6-3, 7-1. We're looking at 12, 13. We trying to be the number one seed. You feel me? We trying to be the number one seed.
I want the playoffs to run through Philly.
Yeah. Playmaker said, plus I just wanted to get cool, fired up. Of course you did. Of course you did. Nobody's surprised by that. So Vic says Tyrone Alizé McDummy is going to be singing, not singing, this year, and I'm not ready for it. Oh man. So yeah, we're gonna dig into the Eagles schedule. So y'all, everybody already know what's popping. Week 1, Friday night, we in Brazil. 8:15 p.m. Second game of the season. It's a home game for us. It's not really a home game, but it's a home game for us. So, Green Bay Packers. Good peoples. What's your thoughts on this?
Why is that game on Peacock?
Oh, I ain't worried about it. I got somewhere to watch them all.
I mean, I know, but I'm just saying. I mean, some people don't have Peacock. Like, why is that game on Peacock?
To get you to Peacock, man. To get you to get Peacock. You know what I'm saying? If they couldn't get you with WWE, they're gonna get you with NFL.
I mean, the schedule look a little bit better this year. It ain't a gauntlet like it was last year. So I really don't see why we can't win the first few. We got Dallas a little early this year. But it look all right to me.
All right, Wyatt, your thoughts on the Green Bay game?
Yeah, I mean, it is in Brazil. They say that it's a home game, but I mean, it's so far away. It's pretty much an away game for both teams. I think it's going to be a tough one. It's a tough week 1 matchup. You know, Green Bay had a really good season last year. Jordan Love kind of proved who he was. They have a decent defense. I think it'll be a good fight. It'll be a good week 1 matchup, but I still got it coming out on top on this one, though.
Yo, and we're going to do it like this. Week 2 is a Monday night game against the Atlanta Falcons. That's at home at the home opener. That's 8:15, Monday 9/16. And then we followed up 9:22 at 1 p.m. against the New Orleans Saints. and that's the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans. So, I mean, I'll be real honest with you. The worst we should be week 3 after week 3. You know what? Rewind that. Week 4, 9:29, 1 p.m. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So to me, the worst we should be going into our bye, which is week 5, which I think is garbage, but it is what it is. The worst that we should be is 3-1.
Facts.
Because the Falcons, Kirk Cousins prime time.
3 years in a row, they making us
still
play
Kirk
Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins week 2 in prime time.
Yeah, he's still Kirk Cousins.
Don't worry about
So,
Kirk
you know,
Cousins. I'm not worried
right.
about Kirk
Then
Cousins.
week 3, we talking about the New Orleans Aints. I ain't worried about them.
Nah.
We
No,
sure
we
ain't
got
worried about
something for them
Green Bay.
Bucks. We got something for them Bucks. Coming
And
up.
then,
Gotta have some.
yeah, and I don't give a buck about them Bucks either. I don't give a buck about y'all. I ain't forget what y'all did to playoffs, cowards.
Nope.
So, yeah, I feel like Green Bay to me is like a 50-50, right? Because they did end strong last year. This is going to be like they got like 20 guys at wide receiver who all don't care who gets the ball. So there could be some challenges with that being like an early game and us still trying to get the team together. It's a Friday night. Nobody plays on Friday night. So it's going to be so that one could be a little bit more like something could happen like out of the ordinary. The next 3, I mean, no disrespect to the franchises, but we should I don't say we should whop them, but we should comfortably win those next 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys disagree with that sentiment?
No, I don't disagree. I'm just hoping this defense is able to fix itself because in the past we have a tendency to make Kirk Cousins and other trash QBs look amazing. So hopefully we don't go fall right in the line into the old ways. Hopefully Vic Fangio is able to put a fire under these guys and have them come out and not let Kirk Cousins look like Tom Brady.
Come on now. It would be nice.
Man, we should be if we so happen to lose to Green Bay, we should be 5-1.
Oh, I agree.
Well, I ain't got to that point yet, but I feel you. I understand you. I got you.
Period.
Rod says, "What's up? What's up, Rod?
What up, Rod?
Yeah, uncensored. Fly Eagles fly. Let's get it." You know what I'm saying? And Playmaker says, "Why is the week 1 game in Brazil to begin with?"
Right.
So, the short answer to that question is they want to have a game in Brazil every year moving forward. Everyone has to play a international game it's either 3 or 4 years. I have to go back and double check, but I think it's 4 years. So we went ahead and did this to get it out of the way week 1. And then we're good. We don't have to worry about another international game for the next 3 or 4 years. I don't know if it's going to be week 1 every year, but that's what they scheduled for, this time, I guess, to kind of try to get the Brazilians a little more into the NFL by having the game on their home turf week 1. But yeah, that's the short answer.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have it like later or in the middle of the season at some point, not week 1 when you're trying to still figure some stuff out and you have to travel all the way to Brazil.
To us like week 12 when we in the middle of the worst part of our schedule. Honestly, with that ugly bye, I'm kind of happy it's week 1 now because you know what I'm saying? You get to go there, you get a couple of extra days to recover for the jet lag and get ready and get back and get ready for the Monday night game week 2. So I'm kind of happy it ended up that way.
Yeah.
And then Benny says, "What's good, family? Sending you some new hats next week." Benny in the building.
Benny,
we ready. We ready.
Benny in the building. You know what I'm saying? And then Vic says, "From what I heard, the teams can't wear green." So it's not that they can't wear green, but they have a rule against certain shades of green because the soccer team whose stadium will be playing in, their rival wears green. So everybody's making a big deal about it, but let's just be logical. You can have 3 helmets this year. Our 3rd helmet should be the black one. Black helmet, black jersey, black pants. I'm sure they'll be fine with a little green stripe. It's a primetime game anyway, so
hell yeah.
Everybody wins.
Blackout game, first game of the week, game of the year. Why not?
Jeff, if you're coming back and looking at this, it's not rocket science. Wear it all black and let's rock it.
Right.
There we go. Problem solved. All right, so I mean, after the first 4 weeks, we ain't really got no bye. So we'll just kind of go through a couple at a time. So week 6, after the week 5 bye, we got the Cleveland Browns. It's a 1 p.m. game. Week 7, we got the New York Giants. That's a 1 p.m. game. So a lot of 1 p.m. this year. We have a lot last year.
No.
Week 8, we got the Cincinnati Bengals. That's a 4:25 game. And then week 9, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a Sunday night game, 8:20 p.m. Eastern. So in those games there, Cleveland, New York, Cincinnati, and Jacksonville. What are your thoughts?
Man, we should win all them. Ain't nobody worried about no Bengals. Who worried about that? Nobody worried about no Bengals.
I'm gonna have to cut that and send to Clarence Nixon. You heard that, Clarence?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the Bengals offense is the only thing on like the Bengals offense and maybe the Browns defense. I'm not worried about the Browns offense nearly as much, but that defense can cause some trouble. But I mean, we have so many weapons on offense as long as we're utilizing them and staying consistent, scheming guys open. I think we should be fine in that one. I'm not worried about the Giants either time that we play them this year. Jacksonville, I'm not really worried about either. I think it might be a shootout with them Bengals, depending on which Bengals you get, how banged up that O-line is by that time that they roll around, or what Joe Burrow looks like. But I think it's favorable. I would say out of those 4 games, maybe we lose one of them. Maybe come out of that 3-1.
Yeah, I can see 3-1 there too. I would say by this point, by the time we hit week 10, we'd probably be like 6-2. Would be worst case scenario for me. You know what I'm saying? We should win them all, but you know how it goes.
Yeah.
There's only one in the stretch that kind of gets you. So then week 10, we get the hated on November 10th, the hated Arlington football team in Arlington, which I might actually go to that game. And then week 11, we got to turn around the Thursday. Another part of I'm not too fond of. We got to turn around that Thursday and go to Washington. It is in the link, so at least you get to go home. But we go to AT&T Stadium, play Arlington. Then we got to come back and play the Commanders. 8:15 on Thursday. Then we get a little bit of a break, and then we play the Los Angeles Rams. And after that, week 13 could be interesting. December 1st, 4:25 p.m., Baltimore Ravens. That's going to be a banger. What are you guys' thoughts on this next set of games here? This was tough, right?
I mean, it just depends on how we playing. I mean, I ain't never worried about Arlington. I ain't really worried about Washington either, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The Rams, and that's a 50-50. That's a coin toss. Baltimore, I don't know. That might be a tough one.
Yeah. I'm probably going
They
about the same
defense
thing
is
we've been predicting. Probably like 3-1
Yeah.
in those 4. With that loss,
Yeah,
probably maybe to Baltimore.
I can see 3-1, or I can see 2-2 because we've been splitting with Arlington the last couple of years. So I could see maybe that's the one that they win.
They did get a little better. Got some more weapons there.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I'll go 3-1 on that thing too. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Couple of comments here. So Benny says that Cleveland game is scary one. I'm not as scared of Cleveland myself, but I feel you, Benny. Playmaker says Diva ain't feeling the Bengals. Not at all. She's not at all. Then Playmaker says, all love, cool going to enemy territory in Texas. And I'm going to tell you a little funny story about Texas. So my nephew is going to be in Texas, and he's living close to there. So I'm going to definitely probably go down, hang out with him, wear nothing but Eagles gear every day. I'll probably get an Eagles bag and carry my stuff in an Eagles bag. with an Eagle scarf on, even if it's not that cold, just to have more Eagle stuff.
Petty cool.
Yes. I might even paint the Eagle on my face. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Definitely going into the enemiest of enemy territories. And I'm looking to have fun while there. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Dallas is a fun one. I haven't been to a game in Dallas, Eagles game yet. So, this could be a good year to do that. And I got a couple of homeboys that are Cowboys fans. And one of them, he said he want to go. So we going to make this thing happen. Now the schedule, I'm going to have to chop it up with him. But yeah, it could be a lot of fun. Yeah, it could be a lot of fun. All right, so after we get past that part of the schedule, honestly, there's not, like Diva was saying, there's not like one of them stretches where you're like, man, it's really tough. Toughest thing is 2 back-to-back division games within 4 days, right? That's kind of tough, but like it's the Commanders and the Cowboys. You know, Commanders are better, but it's still a rookie quarterback. They're trotting out there, and the Eagles defense should be getting after. They should be having them for lunch. No
And I did see that we don't play any teams that are coming off their bye this year too, which is nice.
Yep. Then week 14, we get our bunny game. We play the Carolina Panthers. If we lose to the Carolina Panthers, show up the next week, okay? I'm going to tell y'all that if we lose to the Carolina Panthers, everyone in the world wants to come watch this show. I'm going to tell you. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think between the 3 of us and possibly more people, you're going to want to be here if we lose to the Panthers. That's for real. All right. Week 15, 425 game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also in the link. Week 16, we're at Washington Commanders at Commanders Field, formerly FedEx Field. And then week 17, at the link against the Arlington football team, 4:25 p.m. The Commanders game is a 1 p.m. game. Steelers game is 4:25 game. And then our final game of the season, to be determined, week 18 against the New York Giants. This one's at the link. Why this one couldn't be in MetLife so Saquon could just sit, but it's all good. What are you guys' thoughts on that part of the schedule? We definitely got one.
Wop, 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 wop. They done.
I mean, really?
All of them.
I mean, ain't anybody worried about no Russell? No Russell Wilson? Anybody worried about that? No Russell Wilson.
We ain't losing any of that. Unless like we already clinched the 1 seed or something and we start sitting some guys in those last 2 weeks, we shouldn't have any problem. They not like us, like Kendrick Lamar says.
Playmaker says, Lord, I'm going to have to pray this man make it out alive for our show on Monday. You ain't got to probably make it out alive. You might have to probably make it without getting put in jail. You know what I'm saying? But not alive. I'll be alive. Biddy says it's a lot of Eagles fans down there in Texas. I just sent a bulk load of hats to a customer. There's a lot of Eagles fans down there.
I need to buy them. Got the Eagle supply down there in Texas.
Yes, sir. But I just want y'all to know I'm stepping into the airport. Everything Eagles. I'm gonna even get some Eagles slippers and put them on. You hear me? I might have
walk
on
off that plane with like a green aura around you.
You know,
Phillies arrived.
I'm gonna be in there with Eagles everything. If I still had braces, I had a green bands on them and everything, like I did before. So yeah, no games being played, y'all. No games. We going in with Golden. That's gonna be very fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking we probably end up going like 12-5, 13-4. And I just say that because it'll probably be one game in there that, you know, something crazy will happen. So I don't think we lose more than 5 games.
Yeah. I'm saying 13-4.
I'll go 13-4 too. What about you, Diva?
Yeah, man, listen.
Diva about to go like 15-2.
No, we're not going to 15-2. At the most, I say 3 games we're gonna lose. No more than that.
So you want 14-3?
Yep.
See, I said 15 table one game. I feel you. I think I could live with 5 losses. I think 5 losses could still win the NFC. 4 would be even better.
Man, we got 5 losses with that schedule, man. Something wrong.
3?
I'm sorry.
3 would be even better than
pushing it.
3 would be even better than 4 or 5 though. But I'm just saying, like, I think there's going to be probably a split with Dallas. Baltimore's going to be tough because they're very upset with how things went for them last year.
Their defense is rough, man.
Yeah, and Cleveland's defense, I don't think will lose the game, but I think they may be able to expose some weaknesses that some of the teams we play after that may be able to use against us. I don't see losing to Pittsburgh. I really don't see that at home.
I'm trying to go to that one. My buddy is a Steelers fan. He said he wants to try to make that one.
That's what's up. That's what's up. If we was playing the Falcons or the Panthers in their buildings, I would go. Those are both close to me. So I guess 4 more years or 3 more years, I guess I might can go to both of those games. But hey, it's not going to do much for me at this moment. Benny says I might go with you to Texas just to piss off some Cowboys fans. The more the merrier, Benny. The more the merrier. And look, Benny, when I get off the airplane, everything's going to be a John the whole time I'm there. Just to tick them off even more. All right, so we're going to take another quick break, y'all, our last break. And we're going to come back, go over some of the highlights from the Thursday night, the Monday night, Sunday night games. Give y'all a little bit of info on those. You know what I'm saying? See if there's any exciting ones besides the one the Eagles are in, of course, because those are always exciting. Let's not ever try to be opposed to not exciting. Let's get it, y'all.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there seeing LA Knight. Oh, okay. Then LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these 2 kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying, but this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Javi J and Wise El Jefe, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, good people, we're back in the building. Benny Boom says, I'm with you, brother. Absolutely. Playmaker says, off to a good start in wrestling, so Monarchs of Wrestling is in good standings as of now. Want to let everybody know, we're not a basketball show, but the Celtics went ahead and took care of business tonight, as I expected them to. So that series is over. Boston's headed to the Eastern Conference Finals. We're swinging back over to football. I just wanted to let y'all know about that. So I'm going to say this about the Thursday night games this year. I feel like they're doing a better job of trying to at least make them competitive. One of the things about Thursday night games that always kill me is if you get the game where you get this one team that's really good and you get this team that's just straight trash. And it's like, bro, come on. Like, you can just put the okay teams together. You can put the bad teams together. And obviously it's based on how they did last year. But try to make as many of the games like somewhat meaningful as possible. So week 2 is when they're starting. Week 2, we get the Bills at the Dolphins. Pretty good game, right? I think y'all agree. Pretty good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we all watch. Week 3, we get the Patriots and the Jets.
Oof.
So September 19th, I might find something else to do on Thursday night.
You stupid. You say Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a field day?
Aaron is gonna have a field day. And whoever
at that point.
With Drake May.
If he can beat out a couple of journeymen by then, whoever they got back there is gonna be trouble. Trouble. Week 4, we get the Arlington football team and the New York Giants.
Come on now.
I said most of them were competitive. Now, one thing about the AFT is they don't even have a good defensive coordinator, so we're gonna see how they come out with a new coordinator. I'll probably find something else to do unless I'm hanging out with some of my buddies.
Find something else to do.
Giants or Cowboys fans, they want to go watch the game somewhere I like to eat. That's probably the only way I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, be doing something else that Thursday. Real talk. Week 5 actually should be a good game. We got the Tampa Bay Succaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. And I think they're both going to be a level game because I think they're both going to be bad.
Yeah. Definitely be more of an even match game, I guess.
Yeah, it's an evenly matched game, you know.
That don't mean it's gonna be a good game. Now, evenly matched, yeah, but it being a good game, I don't know about all that.
Oh, it's gonna be a defensive struggle.
Baker Mayfield might come out there and just be balling out.
They might come out there and be balling out because they know one.
Is it a night or day game?
They all nights. This is the Thursday games.
Well, yeah, because Kirk Cousins ain't worth 2 cents at night. So
we gotta remember, he just don't win. You know what I'm saying? And plus, this is week 5. Michael Pittman might already be playing by then.
Kirk Cousins ain't worth 2 cents at night. After 1 o'clock, my boy is done.
Stick a fork in him, son.
Done.
Week 6, we get the San Francisco 49ers against the Seattle Seahawks.
Boo.
I feel like they did the Seahawks wrong.
Who was the Seahawks quarterback?
He didn't never write back, so I'm not sure if he's still the quarterback. Yo, that's one of my favorite things, but I'm not gonna lie, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's still Gino. All right, then week 7. You definitely probably want to find something else to do unless somebody surprises you. You got the oldest rookie quarterback in the history of the NFL in Denver against the New Orleans Saints.
Oh Lord.
That's
Won't be
gonna
watching
be.
that game either.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely won't be. I cover sports and I talk NFL. I'm just gonna have to watch the highlights for that. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'd be real bored that night to watch that one.
Man, I would have to be like, I don't even know what situation would get me to watch the game unless I was hurt and that was on and the batteries in the remote died.
Listen, I might watch the game just to watch Jameis Winston on the sideline talk, do some crazy stuff. It's gonna be the only rest of the
You would have to have a reason, I think, to want to watch this game if you're not a Broncos or a Saints fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Jameis playing, I might watch it just to see that dude while out.
Yeah, that's gonna be all entertainment.
Well, he got LASIK surgery, just so y'all know. So don't be trying to front on Jameis now. He got LASIK surgery.
That ain't got nothing to
Be
do
out
with how
there
he
eating W's.
All right, then in week 8, we have the Vikings against the Rams.
Who's the Vikings quarterback?
That rookie, who was he?
Yeah, that young boy. Which one
Who
they
they
get?
draft?
You don't even know his name.
The dude from was it the dude from Michigan?
McCarthy? Ain't that the one they got? Yeah, McCarthy.
Yeah.
It's like 3 of them the same to me. They got one of them, McCarthy.
Wow.
It's just the one in Denver is the old one. He like
I give that to the
45.
Rams. If they can't beat
That's
them, yeah.
Only thing is if the wide receivers from the Vikings just throw us the ball like 5 yards and we'll take it from there. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can guess. The Rams should be able to win that game. So playmaker, we giving you a dub.
Mhm.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
should
they
be
definitely
easy
got the dub on that one.
Now on Halloween, week 9, this is a good one.
Get spooky.
This one you get the Houston Texans at the New York Jets. And the Jets are one of the teams that have multiple Thursday night games. The Seahawks and the 49ers are the ones that have multiple games as well. As well as the Bengals.
That'd be a good one. I'm gonna take them Texans though.
I'm gonna take them Texans too.
I don't believe in Aaron.
I
I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
I know you put your faith in Aaron Rodgers, but my man is old, and I mean, it's even if he even
That
not
ayahuasca
injured by
gone to his
then.
head.
Right? If he's not even injured by then, I mean, I don't know, but I take the Texans either way because they balling, they coming back.
I definitely take the Texans in that one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then week 10, we got the first Bengals game, and they did them no favors. They have to play the Ravens in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, I'm going with Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah.
Did no favors.
Now week 11, we've already talked about. We know who we're going with, but it's the Commanders at the Eagles. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in saying that we're all taking the Eagles. I feel confident.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I feel confident. Okay. Oh, the Browns also have 2 games on Thursday Night Football. I don't know why, but they do. On my birthday eve, week 12, November 21st, the Steelers and the Browns play. And I'm going to go with the Browns because whether it's Justin Fields by then or whether it's still
Russell Wilson. Russell. Russell.
Mike Tyson.
You gotta put the lips in it. Russell.
Russell. You put the Cody Rhodes / Mike Tyson on it. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cleveland in that one. I feel pretty confident Cleveland's gonna do the thing.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't trust Deshaun Watson on or off the field.
I mean, I don't, but I mean, when he did play, he was decent.
Yeah, I think with Deshaun,
and their
as long as he
defense.
gets some relaxation before the game, he'll be fine.
Yeah, and their defense, if it played like it did last year, I don't give Russell or Justin Fields a chance.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Black Friday game, November 20th. Raiders. This is wrong. And the Chiefs.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game, though. I think that would be a good game.
Raiders ain't got no quarterback. Gardner Minshew gonna win the game? Like,
oh, that's what Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they didn't get a draft a quarterback because everybody was gone. Either him or Aiden O'Connell.
Don't take them Chiefs.
Oh well, yeah, I'll go with Chiefs.
Take Chiefs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I wish they could lose all their games.
I ain't know they shipped Minshew over there.
Yeah.
They got the captain of the Jorts, old White Goodman himself.
So they have no chance.
Bet you I could throw a football over those mountains.
And they have a pretty good one. You got
Uncle
the Packers
Rico.
and the Lions.
You said the Packers and the Giants?
Packers and the Lions.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
That would be a good one. I think I'll take the Lions on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lions too. Oh, Jared Goff got money. He didn't got paid.
I mean, but the problem wasn't Jared Goff. The problem was that coach, because that boy, I tell you,
If he just would kick field goals, they would have won that game.
he take too many gambles, man. Dan, he take too many gambles.
Yep, we think he riverboat Ryan part 2. You have the same outcome. All right, then we got the Rams and the 49ers in where do they play it? They don't play in San Francisco. They play in I can't remember at the moment, but yeah. Home game for San Francisco.
That's gonna be a good
As much
game.
as I would love the Rams to just absolutely stomp on the 49ers' neck, I think the 49ers are going to come out of that one.
I'd be shocked if the 49ers didn't win that game.
Yeah.
All right, and then week 16, we got the Battle of Ohio, the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals.
I got the Browns.
Yeah, I'm going to take Browns. So I'm going to say by this point in the season, the Bengals line has just died on them.
How about unless they get a line?
Joe Burrow might have died by that point in
I
time
think Joe
too.
Burrow about dead, but unless they get a line, they toast. They toast.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Browns in that one. I don't think Burrow's making another full season here. Not because of his own decisions, but because of that offensive line.
Y'all wrong. So this is what I call preferential treatment. The final regular season game on Thursday Night Football. Guess who's playing? The Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. So the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams get the full season to the last week, the second to last week of the season, before they got to play on Thursday Night Football.
Oh,
They're not going to be playing for anything at that point.
They're not. We have to see how Caleb Williams going to adjust because this is going to be his first year with
Is Seattle going to be playing for anything about it either?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. But I think they'll have a better record than the Bears.
Probably be another
They
one.
probably will.
Look, this is going to probably be one of those games they want to flex out.
Yeah, they might not even be talking about this game by then.
Listen, if they play they backup quarterback that played us and played Dallas, listen, you can't count them out.
Yeah, but they'll probably that's true. But they won't be playing our defense. They just gave up, though.
Yeah, I think I'll take Seattle on that one though.
Yeah, I'll take Seattle.
I'm gonna take flex on that one. I might take flex on week 5 too. Actually, flexing don't even start that early, do it?
No, is it after week 10 or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So that, my good people, is the Thursday schedule. So we got a few comments here. Playmaker says, I'm done. Who just killed me. He never wrote back. Wow, he didn't write back. That's what the man said. Playmaker. In the building. Said, can't leave y'all Hey, you know how I go around here. You know how we get. Diva here too. You know how we get. Said snooze fest. That could be one of multiple games. I believe he was talking about that Falcons Bucks game. Playmaker says JJ McCarthy. And then Unc says Texans, Aaron Brittle Rogers won't make it.
Might not. He might not.
He won't.
Is Aaron Brittle
Rogers? Time for that man to retire, honey.
Gonna have to go back to that dark room.
Get some more shrooms. Shrooms, baby. Shroom it on up. All right. And let's see. talk a little bit. Sunday night football. Sunday night had some better games. They got the Rams and Lions week 1. Playmaker, I'm gonna get this one to y'all because I'm gonna say the Rams are mad that Jared Goff is looking better there, and Stafford wants to finally get over the hump against the Lions. So I'm gonna pick the Rams week 1. Don't y'all let me down. I'm picking you. Don't let me down.
I'm gonna pick the Lions in that one.
Yeah, I'm big Lions too.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the Rams a chance. I'm trying to give them a chance. Week 2, we got the Bears, and the Texans.
No, I got Texans. I got Texans.
Molly Wop.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Week 3, we got the Kansas City Chiefs against the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, that's gonna be a blowout.
So this is what I understand.
Could get ugly.
The Falcons got back-to-back primetime games with Kirk Cousins as the quarterback. Lee, what is y'all doing to the Falcons?
Why they got primetime games anyway? I'm just trying to figure out. Somebody make it make sense.
Yeah.
I feel it. I don't have an answer. I feel it. We got the Buffalo Bills against the Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh.
Week 4.
I'm gonna go Baltimore in that one.
Gotta go Baltimore. You gotta go Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't really want to, you gotta go Baltimore. Then week 5, it's the battle of the interesting teams. Got the Arlington football team and Randy Prescott against the Pittsburgh Steelers and presumably Russell Wilson.
Russell in the building.
Russell.
I don't know. Russell might come out and beat there. Russell might.
Russell might run. Russell might run.
He might be. Well, we gotta give him a little something. I mean, Russell ain't no bum or nothing. He ain't what he was in Seattle, but you just never know about Dallas.
I ain't gonna mention the other team, but I'm gonna take the other team.
I think I'm gonna go with Arlington here.
Yeah.
I don't know if Russell can get it done for him anymore.
I don't trust Russell.
Yeah, I don't trust Russell. Week
If
5.
Justin Fields in, though. Hold on. What if Justin Fields in though?
I still give it to Dallas.
I'm still gonna give it to Arlington.
Yeah. I think I'd be more confident giving to Arlington if they've made the switch by then. Because once you switch to Justin Fields, what you're really saying is we're just seeing if he's gonna be our guy for the future. We ain't worried about what's gonna happen this year. That's my opinion. If they make that move. All right, we got the Cincinnati Bengals against the New York Giants. I think we can all safely say the Cincinnati Bengals are gonna beat the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Is Daniel starting this year?
Yes, he is.
Pay a lot of money to him. I think they have to at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be their downfall.
Yep.
Week 6, we got Aaron against Russell Wilson.
Oh, I got A-Rod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Aaron too. Ooh, week 8. Ooh. The Arlington football team, San Francisco 49ers.
San Fran.
Yeah. Until you can beat San Fran Arlington, they still your daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And daddy ain't let you beat them. All right. Week 9, of course, we got the Jags at the Eagles. We going Eagles. We don't even talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Good one for y'all, week 10. Detroit Lions, Houston Texans, and this game's in Houston.
Oh, I got Houston.
Yeah,
I got
it's hard to
Houston.
go against Houston in that one. I'll take
Hey,
Houston.
Coach H-Town. I know you ran somewhere at H-Town. Yeah, definitely. All right, week 11, A. Aaron gets a bunny. The Indianapolis Colts against the Jets. I'm definitely taking A. Aaron and the Jets. One-legged A. Aaron to be able to beat the Colts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who's that quarterback?
Anthony
Richardson.
Oh, that's right, because he got hurt last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Week 12, we already know what it is. We're gonna be in LA whooping up on Playmaker and his little Rams. We already know we're in that game. San Fran follows us week 13 at Buffalo.
You said at Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo.
I think I'm gonna
And
take
that-
San Fran.
Yeah, I
To
think
me-
I'll take San Fran.
I'm gonna take Buffalo cause that weather by week 13 gonna be getting cold, and you know they
yeah.
a warm weather team. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take Buffalo, but in a tight game. But y'all probably gonna be right. I'm probably gonna be wrong. Then we got week 14. We got the Chargers at the Chiefs. I'm gonna tell you right now, the Chargers are gonna run the ball like 100 times a game.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh the ball like 1,000 times a game.
They don't have like any wide receivers.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, what are they
got
gonna
some young
do?
wide receivers, and they're gonna run the ball like 1,000 times.
You got the Chiefs.
I'm still gonna take the Chiefs though.
Yeah.
All right, week 15, we got ain't no love in Green Bay against they didn't write home. Green Bay against Seattle.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all taking the pack on that one. Then we got the I don't give a Bucks against the Arlington football team week 16. Dang, them ones got like 3 Sunday night games.
I mean, it's probably gonna be Arlington.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Arlington, but I think they're gonna get flexed out by the end.
Yeah.
And in week 17, Miami Dolphins, Cleveland Browns, strength against strength. That Dolphins running pass attack, especially with the addition of Odell Beckham Jr., who I think will be a good third wide receiver for them.
As long as Tua stay healthy. I
Right.
got Miami.
Yeah.
Right.
Same
caveat.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have a healthy Tua.
Mm-hmm.
Tua can't stay healthy.
I mean, he stayed
That's
healthy
gonna be
last
ugly.
year, surprisingly, but you never know. That was the first year my boy been healthy since he been playing football.
Okay. So Unc says the Lions beat the Rams in the playoffs. They did.
They did.
But I want to remind you about one thing, Unc. I just want to remind you about one thing.
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
I mean, that's how we was looking last year, though.
I just want to win a game, please.
We was looking last year.
Please.
Oh, we could just win a game. Couldn't win
Playoffs?
nothing.
Don't talk to me about playoffs. Oh man. All right, so good people. Any last thoughts or last words? We're gonna talk about the Monday night games on next week's show. Talk about the depth chart for the defense on next week's show as well. Any last thoughts before we head on up out of here? Before we ease on down the road, as the old folks say.
No, I'm just waiting for August to get here. Like, is it here yet?
Exactly. This
It ain't
schedule
here yet.
release and everything getting me hyped
It
for
ain't
the
here
season.
yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's coming.
Oh, it hurry up.
It's
I'm
cooking.
waiting and I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying? It's cooking. Hopefully, I have some more Eagles gear by then. I only got 30 hats. Maybe I have 35 by then.
Man, listen, maybe I have a few more jerseys by then. I need some more. I need some
Same.
more.
Same.
I need a
I need to get
Kelly
some more
Green.
current jerseys.
I think I want a QB1 in Kelly Green. Or do I want a Smitty in Kelly Green? Maybe I want a
don't know.
Smitty. Oh, I want a Kelsey.
Yeah, I gotta get a Kelsey.
I guess
And I need a
Kelsey.
Lane Johnson.
Oh. Unc does say Aaron is brittle as cornflakes. And
He
you
is.
ain't not lying. He was not lying.
He
That's
is.
why he be hitting them shrooms, Unc.
Mm-hmm. And that dark ring.
You already know. So, good people. Shout out to everybody who watched, everybody listening, everybody who checks out the show afterwards. I know we got some other things going on that might have drawn your attention away. Make sure you do watch. Remember, as always, Tell 4 of your friends and 4 of your enemies. Just because they don't like you doesn't mean they won't like us. And as always, it is never where you start. It's always where you finish. We will be back next week to give y'all more of that good Philly all over the place and be ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We out.
Fly, Eagles,
See
fly.
y'all. Be hashtag be elite.
Be elite.
See y'all next week.